we have an outside venue, which means we got lots of competition. But competition is not always bad. Competition will make you step up and do whatever you're doing better. That's the hope. And so as we come before you today, we come in honor of all that we are, giving honor to the Most High God, from whom we have received life, and that life more abundantly. Is this not a wonderful day? Yeah. Somebody ought to say amen. Amen. Somebody ought to say hallelujah. Now y'all know I'm a preacher. I can't help myself. I'm going to have to get some response. This is all about call and response. So let me first of all thank this incredible venue, Mr. Gil Sotu, the Jacobs Center, Victoria Hamilton, everybody that was involved in putting this amazing festival together. I just want to say thank you, and I want to invite you to enjoy yourself. As I said, we are outside, so we're competing with all of the elements. We're competing with the wind, we're competing with the sun. Fortunately, we're shaded. We're competing with the earth, and we hope we don't have to compete with the water. In the meantime, we'll just take a sip to make sure that we can continue to speak clearly. Thank you, Gil. Did you hear that? Good. Today's experience is a little bit different. Ordinarily, I come by myself and I tell stories. That's what most people know me as, storytelling. And today I come, but not by myself. I'm coming with the great accompaniment of a gentleman that I call the jazz man, but his name is actually Earl Valtz. So would you please say hello to Mr. Earl Valtz? Just give him a round of applause. Yeah, because that would start him out. That would start him out. And this particular experience today was intended to give honor to those that have come before us. And it seems that the graffiti artists that are in the back of us are creating their graffiti art, and they need more volume to create by. So I'm going to have to speak up so that we have enough volume so that you can hear what it is that we're talking about. Hear the music that's being played, because this is a requiem. That means there's music that comes to help us give honor to the ancestors. What are ancestors, Lisa Jada? Aren't they people that have gone on before us? They're people that have lived before us, that have contributed before us, and now they've gone home to be with God. But we still want to honor what they left with us. So this is being called a requiem for our icons, which only means we're giving credit to those that have gone on before us and have left us gifts. So, Mr. Jazzman, can I get you to give us some music to move by, to tell this story, and to get these responses? Was written by the jazz man, Mr. Earl Valtz. It's called the jumping song because it gets your heart to jump. It gets you involved in what's going on. And what's going on right now is life. And a part of life is death. A part of life is living on beyond what we're currently experiencing. So when we talk about our icons, when we talk about our ancestors, one of the ones who has gone on most recently is Brother Muhammad Ali. He called himself the greatest, and we agree. Someone said he was made out of clay, shaped to be someone else, what that somebody else wanted him to be. But he was his own idea of himself. Big, strong, wise, witty, and on his feet fast, and oh so pretty. I think of butterflies and bees dancing, singing, beautiful to watch, yet having a deadly potential sting. Let your guard down and you're gonna get stung bad. He went a few rounds with the man and it was touch and go. There for a while with hopes in prison, he took a hard stand. But finally, the decision was his. A technical knockout of racism, bigotry, and societal control, he had won. He was free, claiming himself for himself and for the world. Ali! 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 Somebody can join with me. Ali! 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 Millions of voices chanting round the globe. Muslims, Christians, Hindus, Jews, all speaking the same language with love, admiration, and the greatest of respect. Ali! 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 Champion extraordinaire! We will remember him, for he fought hard against the odds. And his greatest match was for dignity, for freedom, for all of us. And he won. Ali! 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 And for your response it is, yes, we will remember. Would you say it with me? Yes, we will remember. The greatest love. A love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme. But it's not all blue, it's not all joy, but there's pieces in between that will remove the girls from the boys, remove the men from the women, but have them all marching together just like Fannie Lou Hamer marched and sang This Little Light of Mine. We want to remember Fannie Lou Hamer today. Can you say with me? Fannie Lou Hamer, we remember. Fannie Lou Hamer, we remember. Freedom fighter, one who marched for justice, made sure that people got to vote. And then there's Lionel Hampton, jazz musician. Can you repeat with me? Lionel Hampton, jazz musician, we remember. Lionel Hampton, jazz musician, we remember. Nathan Hare, publisher, we remember. Nathan Hare, publisher, we remember. U.B. Blake, musician, we remember. Dexter Gordon, jazz tenor, we remember. Elvin Jones, jazz drummer, we remember. Oscar Peterson, jazz pianist, we remember. Count Basie, composer, band leader, we remember. Ella Fitzgerald, jazz singer, we remember. remember. Sarah Vaughan, jazz singer, jazz singer. We remember. Dinah Washington, jazz singer, jazz singer. We remember. Langston Hughes, poet. We remember. Patricia Harris, law professor. We remember. Isaac Hayes, entertainer, businessman. We remember. Billie Holiday, jazz singer, Lady Day. We remember. Earl Bostic, jazz saxophonist. We remember. John Coltrane, we remember. Ben Webster, we remember. A love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme. A love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme. We remember Maya Angelou, poet laureate. We remember Whitney Houston, songstress, actress. We remember Lorraine Hansberry, playwright. A Raisin in the Sun. We remember Lena Horne. We remember Reverend Benjamin Hooks, Robert Hooks, Michael Jackson. We remember. Oh, eyes light up when I say Michael Jackson. You say Michael Jackson. We remember. Michael Jackson. We remember. Michael Jackson. We remember. Ossie Davis. We remember. James Earl Jones. We remember. Ruby Dee. We remember. Barbara Jordan. We remember. Shirley Chisholm. We remember. Martin Luther King Sr. We remember. Martin Luther King Jr. We remember. Coretta Scott King. We remember. Joe Louis. We remember. Lintonine Price, opera singer. We remember. Baynard Rustin, civil rights strategist and leader. We remember. Bobby Seale, one of the first Black Panthers. We remember. Jimmy Smith, jazz, Jimmy Smith. Do you remember? We remember. Reverend Howard Thurman, founder of Fellowship of All People's Church. We remember. Francis Cress Welsing, strategist for human rights, publisher of information about Black people that was authentic. We remember. Anna Julia Cooper, no relation, but we remember. Educator, first Black feminist ever published. Althea Gibson, tennis player. We remember. Sugar Ray Robinson, lightweight champion of the world. We remember. A love supreme. 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 John H. Johnson, publisher, creator of Ebony Magazine, Jet Magazine. Eunice Johnson, his wife, publisher. Shirley Chisholm, first Black woman in the House of Representatives. Lintonine Price, opera singer. Did I say her name? Let's say it again. Lintonine Price. I remember. John Standard. You don't know his name, but you use his invention every day. He invented the refrigerator, African-American man with the patent on the refrigerator system. Robert B. Spikes, you use his invention every day. He invented the automatic transmission, the gears that move your car automatically. Robert B. Spikes. A. Beard created the rotary engine. George Cook, for all of you fisher folk, I'm not going to say fishermen, women fish too, but he created the fishing reel. Jan Matzlinger, oh my goodness, am I ever glad for him. He created the shoe lasting machine, the thing that allowed us to have $10 shoes, all right? Somebody ought to say, I remember, I remember. Oscar E. Brown created the horseshoe. I remember, I remember. Some of you don't appreciate this particular implement, but he created the mop. The mop, the thing that we keep our kitchen and bathroom floors clean with. The mop. Thomas W. Stewart. Lloyd P. Ray created the dustpan. I remember, I use it every day. J.H. Smith, you can't use his invention so much anymore because he invented the lawn sprinkler. We can't water too much right now, but we can say, I remember, I remember, I remember. William Purvis created the fountain pen. We don't use it anymore, we use Bics. But it was the precursor for the ink pens that we use every day. And we got more competition. That's the same way it is in the world. The world is competing for us not to remember, but we must remember. Joseph Dickinson created the player piano. We would not have the kinds of instruments that we have today and with the piano were it not for Joseph Dickinson. And then there's Ray Charles. Tell me you don't remember Ray Charles. Ray Charles, Ray Charles. I remember, I remember. He was also an activist and a supreme businessman. Malcolm X. Do we know Malcolm X? Can we say, I remember, I remember, I remember. Granville Woods, you don't know his name, but he invented the telegraph. He created the system where the railroads would run more efficiently because of the use of the telegraph. Granville Woods. Can you say, I remember, I remember, I remember? Anybody eat peanut butter? Well, some of you are allergic, you can't eat it, but that's all right. George Washington Carver invented the peanut butter and the potato chip. I know you like potato chips. George Washington Carver. All right, how about Joseph Nichols? Joseph Nichols and Louis Latimer. Together, they created the light bulb. Can you say, I remember, I remember, I remember. A love supreme, a love supreme, a love There are a lot of men's names I've been calling, but I want to call out Bessie Coleman. Bessie Coleman, you don't know her name, but Bessie Coleman was the first black woman aviator, the first black woman pilot in the United States. She was trained in France, but she came back here and she created her own aviation school. Can you say with me, Bessie Coleman? Bessie Coleman, I remember, I remember. And then there's Jesse Binga, who founded his own bank in Chicago, and he financed Bessie Coleman so that she could go to France and she could come back and create her own aviation schools. He wasn't the only banker. Robert Abbott was a banker, and he also founded the Chicago Defender, the newspaper that kept us informed over the years. It's freedom that we speak, and we give honor to these our ancestors who are free in the realms of spirit. They've gone on, they've lived their lives, but they've left for us benchmarks, places to go, places for our feet to stand on, Lisa Jada, places for us to climb on, Lyric, places for us to go, Deanna, and we are so grateful for your presence. Oh, are there a few more? Oh, yeah, there's Marcus Garvey, there's Arthur Ashe, there's Zora Neale Hurston, there's Mahalia Jackson, there's Etta James, there's Duke Ellington, there's Mary McLeod Bethune, there's Tituba, there's Harriet Tubman, there's Madam C.J. Walker. Can you remember? Can you remember? Can you remember? Can you remember? Can you remember Ethel Waters? Oh no, you don't know that name. I do. Can you remember Ethel Waters? All right. Can you remember Stokely Carmichael? All right. Can you remember Bessie Smith? All right. Can you remember Gil Scott Heron? All right. Can you remember John Standard? I already told you about him. He created the refrigerator. You wouldn't have a job without it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We are free to remember, and we're free to give credit, and we're free to move forward in our spirits as we remember and bring forth the gifts out of those that are here and those that are yet to come. There are some that are resting between the folds of your body that have not yet come forth. But yet, we call them forth. We call them forth to express their gifts. For you to express yours, to raise them up in the fear of God, and to move forward as we take the memories of our people before us. Can we have lift every voice and sing? Recognize this song, if you know what it means, stand for it. So blessed.